Welcome to Project 5 Collaborative Editing Simulations in our project based Microsoft Office with ChatGPT and Gemini course. In this project, we'll step into a real world scenario, editing and reviewing marketing proposals collaboratively using Microsoft Word and AI tools. And you will learn how to track changes and comments, compare different versions of documents, and refine your writings using Gemini and also the ChatGPT. So by the end, you will have a reviewed and finalized proposals created through the combined power of human editings and AI assistants. Okay, so let's beginning by opening up our simple file like I have the or like this is the marketing proposals and draft in there. So these documents represent an initial drafts of social media campaigns proposals and created by a team at, so you can say this is the blue or like blue media or blue peak media. Okay, so it includes sections like we have the introductions, campaign objectives, target audience, key strategies, budget and timeline, expected outcomes, and conclusions in there. Okay, so our job is to collaboratively review this draft, improving clarity, tone, and professionalism while keeping track of every edit we make. Okay, so first, let's turn on the track changes, and so that every modifications we make is recorded. So go to the review tabs at the top Microsoft Word and click on the track changes. Okay, and you will see the toggle activate, meaning Word will now highlight many insertions like the deletions or formatting changes. So for example, and if you edit the sentence like our marketing team is planning a new campaign to increase online visibility and reach a wider audience, and we might improve it something like the difference. And let's say our marketing team is instead of the planning, so let's delete it and we want to say the launching. And if I'm gonna go to right here the something the launching, and here launching a campaign, not the these ones, or let's go with the new, or we just take out the new campaign to, or if I'm gonna say the instead of the boost we want to say, or instead of increase we want to say this is the boost online visibility and also reach or the attract to the border. So we're gonna want to say, and if I'm gonna say this, and let's say the border, uh, or before that, so let's say the over here and attract and to, or let's say the to border, and say the more, or instead of over here we want to say the and more audience, so let's say border and comma, let's say the more audience. Okay, so notice how word highlights the changes. This allows other collaborators to review your edits before final approvals. Okay, so each editor's changes appears in different colors, so you can easily identify who made it or who made which edit. Okay, and next let's learn how to give feedback without changing the text directly. So highlight the sentence, for example the one, or that say the, or if I'm gonna say the goal is to improve brand awareness and grow engagement across all major social media platforms. So if I gonna or use or highlight over here now, uh, click on the new comments under the review tabs and you type your feedback. So for example, let's say we are for consistent, so let's say the consider adding measurable. So let's say the something measurable and target for engage. Let's go with and engagement, and maybe or we can just say the maybe specifics. So or specific percentage increasing something like the or specific or let's say the specific and say the percentage increase, and that's it. Okay, so comments helps team members communicate clearly during document review, and other user can reply to comments, mark mark them as like the result or delete them once addresses. Okay, so this makes collaboration smooth and organized. So if I gonna or click over the outside, so now it says comes with the comments in there. And imaging two teams members have reviewed your draft separately. One created like marketing proposals versions 1, and another created marketings like we are this marketing proposal versions 2. Instead of for manually compare both versions, what can do it for you? So if I gonna now copy it or like let's or create the another one, let's go to, and if I gonna paste it over here then another one, and here the these ones if I gonna save it with let's say and save it the documents, and let's go with that project or let's say the marketing proposals. This is the or if I'm gonna say this is the versions 1, and then save it. And now if I'm gonna close it for here, or let's go to the another one like this is the, and let's save it with something, let's say that this is the versions 2, like let's say the marketing and say the proposals, and this is the versions 2. Okay, then save it and we want to compare it. Okay, so and go to the review tabs, and also you'll find the options to compare. Click over the compare and two versions, you can use compare two versions of documents like that these ones. So let's select it, and if we're gonna go to the something we have just saved it over there, let's try to find out. So we have said the marketing something like we have just saved it over here, and this is the marketing or 1, and the revised documents is the versions 2. Okay, so let's use the versions 2 and then just hit on the okay. So and what will automatically show our merged comparisons like highlighting all differences, text in insertions or deletions, and formatting updates color coded for easy review. Okay, so and that's it over here. You can now see the changes, or you can now compare it from there. Okay, so like here the goal is improved or whatever is changes in there. Okay, so this is especially useful for larger project where multiple collaborators are editing simultaneously. And once you have collected team feedbacks, so it's time to polish the writings using the Gemini and also the AI assistants. Okay, so I have like the simple these ones. Now I have already copied like the these ones. Now go to the Gemini, and if I gonna go to, or let's say, or if I gonna go to the Gemini's over here, and now copy the formula from your proposals, or if I gonna go to, or let's copy the another one like the section seeder, or let's say the or target audience sections. If I gonna select like the this one and copy these ones, and let's move into the Gemini, and also then paste it into the Gemini. Okay, so click over here and paste it, and now let's type, then type the prompt. So let's say the check grammar. So if I'm gonna go to the grammar and improve, so let's go with the grammar and improve. So let's go with and clarity, like here the clarity and tone for professionals. So let's say the professionals, the for propose, or okay, or proposals, let's say the proposals in there. And also now for just click it, and Gemini might takes a sentence like this: the campaigns will targeted focused, or here the instead of focused it comes with the individual age 18 to 13s, or who are social media and interest or strongs, like you can see the changes over here. So like the strongest interest in lifestyles, technology and creative trends. And we will further expand our reach through influencers, collaborations and strategical targeted advertisements to engage potential customers effectively. Okay, so and that's it over here. So once you're satisfied, copy the Gemini refined versions back to the Word, and with the track changes. So if I gonna go to like these ones over here, or if I gonna go to the review use the track changes. So now let's, or we gonna want to use it over here, you can just paste in there. Okay, so and that's it. So what is changed? So now let's use the ChatGPT to refine the contents flows, the or persuasiveness. So copy the key strategies. So let's say, and we can just copy it, and also paste into the ChatGPT. So let's go to, and this is our the, or we have used it the GPT or like ChatGPT is over here. So what can you do? So let's go to and just paste over here, and we want to say something like over here the review. So let's go review these sections for flow and impact, something like the impact. And let's say the suggest ways to make it, okay, so more the engaging. So let's go to and let's say the engaging, and the actions, the oriented, if I want to say the oriented, and without, let's go with the without, let's say the changing the main point. Okay, so like these ones, let's, or if I gonna or make it the little corrections over here. And now let's press the enter. Okay, and ChatGPT might recommend it and combining related ideas, or rearrange bullet points for better storytellings. Okay, so and for examples like here it suggested like social media strategies: publish engaging daily contents across Instagrams, TikToks and Facebook to maintain consistent audience. and all the audience interactions, and leverage trending hashtags and virals or soundtracks to boost reach and visibility. Okay, so like this, so these improvements ensure the proposals reads smoothly and also the perceivably, and aligning humans creatively with AI insight. Okay, so and here and after int like if I gonna now copy like the these ones and copy it, and let's move into the here if I gonna go to, and after integrating all feedbacks from your teams and AI tools, it's time to finalize the documents, and you need to return to the Microsoft Word, and under the or if I gonna paste over here, and that's it's our the these options in there. So under or like under the review tabs, click on the accept and use the accept all. Okay, so accept all changes, and next we have like the used over here, and next delete all comments. So if I gonna go to, and you can easily use the delete all comments in these documents, and once you resolve each suggestions. Okay, so finally save your file as the marketing proposal something the finals. So let's go to the over here, use the save as and save as into the documents, and just change here the proposals, the marketing, or we can say this is the final. So let's say the final. Okay, and that's it, and you have now completed a full collaborative editing a cycle combining traditional teamwork with advanced AI assistant. So, and that's it. And let's quickly recap what we achieved in this project. So, the first one is we have learned track changes for transparent collaborations, and use the comments for structured feedback, and compare documents versions automatically, and enhance grammar and clarity using Gemini, and improved structure and tone with ChatGPT, and produce final AI assistance professionals documents. So this workflow is exactly how modern teams work in marketings or agencies, startups, and corporate environments, combining the precision of AI with insights of humans editors. So congratulations, you have just mastered collaborative editing in Microsoft Word powered by AI. And in the next lessons, we will continue exploring how to blend Microsoft Office tools with AI to work smarter, faster, and more creatively. See you in the next lessons.